Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody.
Hey everyone.
What's up, girls?
What's up?
WCC's live from the East Coast this time at 4:15. It feels like nighttime.
Oh, I'm the
What's up,
only West
family? I'm in
Coast
the
one.
office. If it sounds weird in the background, but I'll be here. I got it muted.
For sure.
Yeah, just let everyone pile in here, and I'll say goodbye to my mother and girlfriend who are going shopping.
Hey, West Coast. I invited you to co-host if you wanna just accept it and then you're able to like control the room. Yeah, cool.
Interesting. That's new for me. I feel
You're
honored.
like, what is this magic?
Whoa!
You're like, what's
Well,
all these buttons?
place at the table, all these bright lights. And so, what does this consist of? What do I have the power to
So
do?
basically it's the same thing that we do when we open the room, so you're able to control the room as well. Like you'll see requests on the bottom left and it'll say like, oh, you could approve them, you could like let them down as a speaker, um, you can, yeah, basically that, like let people up if you want to or let people down,
Yeah. Well, even
whatever.
maybe today if we want, because I'll do. We may cut it short. We'll see. I got a dinner thing, but busy schedule
Yeah.
here. But yeah, so I'll do. Yeah, I'll go about this. But we can even maybe let a few people speak because I know Matt's still at work.
Yeah.
Doll's got some stuff going on, and then that's
Yeah.
maybe easier.
Yeah, so this is actually cool. And then, so if you want to, it'll be when you want people to request, you could just tell them to, and then you'll see it on the bottom left, and I'll say requests. And you could press one of them at a time, and then I'll add them as a speaker, and you could let them ask a question. And then when you're done talking to them, you just put like remove as speaker.
Interesting. Sounds good.
Cool.
Who little chihuahua is that?
That's my mom's babysitting a dog. Dog sitting a dog, and they just left, and she's barking away. She'll calm down. Sorry.
No, you're fine, man.
It's not my bulldog Pitty in the background with his nuts squeezed or anything.
It's all good. The little chihuahua.
You guys make sure you share the room. It's that bottom right feather. Just press that and share the room.
Yeah, everybody. Hello. Make sure you share the room and hit the heart button. Hit some emojis. Let me know you know how to use those emojis. Come on, you guys. We've been doing this long enough. Let me see it. Thank you. Hey, PB. We got you in a moment. Just give us a few. All righty. Tweet out the room. Come on. You're not hard headed. You can do it. You can do it. I'm encouraging you. Let's go. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let us know when you're ready, West Coast Closer.
Yeah, thanks, girls. Love your guys' energy too. This club's only gonna get bigger, so excited for that and what's to come.
Yes.
What do we got here? So lots of fun stuff. Another one's fun. TD just tried to throw a curveball at us, so we're trying to figure that out, guys. With their deadline and such, kind of bush league stuff. But let's see how that pans out. But we think that most of the selling has probably already occurred. I know there was a bunch of stuff. I didn't get a chance to look at everyone, what they said. People called TD. So maybe if someone that did speak to them is here, when they come up, you guys can enlighten us on what's going on there. But like we said, that's not the main deadline we need to worry about. Whoever's in good plays and plays that they believe are going current are going to file, are holding those plays. So we'll see how that unfolds for us all, guys. And then yeah, so we'll whip into. I'm in Ontario, guys, visiting some family. I got a wedding this weekend, so yeah, we'll crush this and see. We'll probably do the whole thing, but word of the week. We did what was first week awareness, second week accountability. This week's going to be like a double. It's going to be humble, being humble, humbleness. And then also, but that corresponds with confidence, because you need to also have confidence while being humble, so you're not walked over um, in a way. So, being humble is a quality that's going to, allow you to make interactions, whether it's business or personal, with a level platform. It's going to ease the anxiousness, intimidation by one party, perhaps, whether intentional or not. But it's going to allow both parties to be open, vulnerable, which is super key. And in this world, this day and age, not a lot of people can be vulnerable. People think they need to perceive or portray this image that they need to carry, when sometimes it's going to come across as, cocky or insecure. So, being humble is a great trait. It's one thing that I carry every time I enter an encounter. It's going to be at a level playing field. Most of the times, I'll try to even bring myself down to make things easier in a sense. But it also goes with the market, guys. Being humble, not thinking you know it all. And in this market, you're going to crush yourself if you think that you're already, ahead of the game, or you're better than this person or better than that person. You got to carry yourselves with the willingness to learn, sponge everything, treat everyone as an equal. One follower, 80,000 followers, guys. And in life, it's going to help you a lot. In every encounter you're going to have, you don't want to be the person that's just running his mouth or entering conversations that they have a story and you're going to one up their story with your story, and kind of read the room back to that awareness side. So I think being humble is super key in this world. This also leads with that balance, like I said, of confidence. You can be humble, but you got to have confidence too. And when the right time is to show that confidence. And in the OTC, you better have a swagger with you. You better have that confidence. You better have that beast mode mentality, as I can say, because this market will eat you up. So always learning. Don't be scared to ask bigger names questions. But also enter your trades, enter encounters with that confidence. And that's a tough thing to have sometimes. So it'll allow you to keep mentally stable, and then crush and navigate the OTC. So humbleness, confidence goes hand in hand in the couple there. So fun week we had as well, guys. The market's been, summer market, like everyone says, August. Like I said, I'm not claiming to be a professional at all by any means, or even a vet, because I didn't get to experience last summer. I only came into this, last September, I believe. So this is apparently down month. Things will pick up. Narrow your plays down. We've talked about that, which is super key. You're seeing a lot of pink tickers get a bit more attention, a lot of sell-offs on quiet companies with stop signs. You're going to have to make notes in these coming months. Make notes. Check out what's going on. Check out when catalysts are coming, because you do not want to get stripped of your shares. And I'm sure a lot of people just did, due to TD pulling this curveball, selling tickers that you thought, oh my goodness, I'm not going to be able to buy anymore. I'm only going to be able to sell. I better sell before other people, before this August 13th deadline. And then maybe it's not going to happen, which we kind of said. This might get delayed. That September 28th might even get delayed. So do not just sell for the sake of selling because you think, okay, well, everyone else is going to sell. Know what you own. Goes back to DD, guys. Do your DD and find conviction on it. Obviously, if you're a smaller account, you don't want to stick with one stock and having to hold it for months, wondering what's going to happen. But at the other side of it, if you're on an sell-only brokerage for certain plays, and that stock all of a sudden drops filings or has a merger come 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks, and that thing flies 200, 300, 400%, that's going to feel rough. So everyone's going to be different, but plan your attack, guys. Don't make impulse decisions. We've talked about this of knowing what you're going to do. So be ready. It's going to be an interesting navigation for every trader that we know right now. So few tickers we can go about here. One sec. I get a lot of questions right now on TXTM. Like I said, we called that early 0016. It made a run up to 006. You're looking at a couple 100%. So we talked about taking profits. Sure to take your profits on the run up. There's going to be retraces. And there was some news out today, a couple investors, which, I always preach, is contact the CEOs, contact the companies. So there's been some things out. Companies don't all of a sudden just get current, and sometimes you expect this big PR the day of, the day after. That's not always the case. So read the market sentiment, Twitter sentiment, and know that you're going to be able to shave profits. Doesn't mean you're giving up on the stock, but you're trading it. We're all trading these plays, guys. We're not just buying and hodling. We can do that, and that is for some people for sure, because at the end goal, I still expect this to make its next run. So RSAMD is going to have some news. They have some other ventures, so expect something to come out of that in the upcoming. More tickers to whip through a bit. One that I called out today, GLCO, because more pink current stocks. I wanted to get one out there for people. This was going to be before the TD trade, so I didn't really get much size in it at all, which is fine. But it's pink current, and it's got a great share structure, 500 mil float, and we're expected. The CEO is saying that something's coming. Website says a new dawn upon us. Last time I saw a cool website like that was MJWL at 007 and then 1 cent. It had merger coming on their website. So look out for those kind of things, guys. So this one's a play that's in play for me, and I'm still adding. Another one is OCLG, is one of my custos. It is dropping 5. We checked out some of the filings. Looks like we're over $1 billion for the OS, which is fine with the 1.2. They're cutting down the AS, according to them, with merger potential. So that was one to keep an eye on. Sybil is one of my longs. It's green all the time, it seems. They have lots of government contracts, bigger share structure, but they're cutting that down. I love that one. And one I will speak of is PJet. I called that one months ago. It went current, and then it's been a long kind of quiet period. So I did shave when I did see the retrace coming with the charts. And we are adding back. I've been adding back lately. It's got a lot of possible, tentacles going on this one. There's a lot to unfold. Some great traders, Tigris and Augie and them. We're looking in like there could be some big stuff. Hemp is in the cards with hemp batteries, lithium. So keep an eye out for PJet, guys. It's definitely on my radar, and I love it for a long hold. You bet on people as well, guys, which I've told you. Stephen Rash, if you go look at the CEO, look at his background. He's very, very educated and very adverse in this area with ACI conglomerate. Those ones, MJWL, still my golden horse. Love it to death. I've rarely shaved on it. We got a shareholder update today on that one. And if you connect the dots, do the DD on this, it had a big retrace from 25 cents to 10, 11, where it's at now. That's the OTC for you. But a lot of people just don't want to hold long, and that's fine. Be sure to trade it if you need to. But this one will be in my portfolio for a decade, for sure. I expect phenomenal things from Dr. Vin. And I got a fun invite to Asia from him, so I'm definitely fanboying this one. What else we got? AUNXF. So oil play that we called last Friday. This one is current, has revenues, quarter-over-quarter growth, and oil is on the rise. I really like this one. I'm still adding, and I'm going to be holding this one for a long time as well. So, and the two, what do you want to call it? Redheaded stepchild, whatever you want to call it, lack of a better term, sorry. MWWC and WGC are still just floating there and bleeding a bit. Not much I can say about this one, other than we know that MWWC has access, it's paid, and we all know, this excuse was used in the past by companies. Well, that excuse is real now that the OTC markets must have about 3 people in there for every 15,000 stocks we have in the OTC or whatever it is, because they're moving up molasses speeds. And there's more and more demand for companies dropping filings and going current. So we're waiting on that one as well. And after that, Elra. I'm pretty much going through my portfolio, guys. You guys that check in now get a kind of a breakdown of everything I'm doing. Kind of saves me on all the DMs. But Elra, I love. It's a speculation play with Goodman. We have contacted them in their IR with Jackie Danforth, and they plan to go current. And hint, Goodman said they're not taking this current for no reason. So we expect something coming there. He's also the CEO of GMGI, which is fun, which is a big dollar company with a nice market cap. All right, guys. Yeah, we'll keep this short and sweet. We'll do some questions. Do we want to just bring people up? I don't know if someone wants to do that, or I can manage to try to do that. You guys want to request? See a lot of names in here. Good to see you guys. Thanks a lot for coming in anyways. Yeah, like I said, I'm in Ontario. I got a wedding this week. Excited to be traveling a bit. And it's hot here, though. I like the West Coast weather a bit more. Oh, I think I got it on my first try. Wow. Come on up. Oh, this is my guy. Go ahead, my man. You can unmute and fire away.
Yes, hi Matt, and hi guys. Hope you all are good.
Yes, of course. How's it going?
Great, all fine. Your new. Would you like to talk about your new friend nowadays, Domina Splendida, and some comments about her?
Yeah, no, she doesn't get any of my breath. No energy from me. I don't do that drama. She can live in that basement or wherever the heck it is and go after everyone and anyone in the OTC and Twitter world. That's their prerogative. Karma will take care of that. But
Okay, that's good. Just a quick question. OCLG, I've been seeing that you're adding, but don't you think that PJET and ILST are ahead of that, and the share structures are all almost similar as well? So I was just confused that whether I should add those or OCLG.
yeah, you're always going to have options, and that's where deciding between tickers, because we all don't have unlimited funds. Entry levels are key, right? What the catalysts are going to be. So this is where you get your notes out, you kind of weigh it out. PJET is current and has an amazing share structure, so very similar. It's actually a little less than OCLG. OCLG is a custo play that we expect the merger to come in. So we don't know what's coming in, and we don't know what exactly PJET's going to do. So on both those, I'm heavier in PJET, if that helps at all. But they're both different plays, different types, and that's where you got to weigh in your options. Are you, people love the next possible TSMP is what everyone says, but we don't know when any of these mergers are happening. None of these customers have come through with a merger. But I love both. Like I said, OCLG is my best custom, but I really like PJET, and it's current, and we think things are going to pop off soon. So that's where it comes into which one you want to grab. Sometimes it's the less cheaper one. Sometimes it's the one that's probably more current, which would be PJET. But sometimes people like risk for reward.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, man.
Yeah, thanks a lot, man. Thanks for checking in again.
Hey, Matt. Can you hear me?
What's up, Rue?
Guy? How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing well, thanks. Yeah, and if any of the panel wants to throw something at me, let me know. I'm just sweating here in my mom's house or my house.
Getting that workout in?
No, it's just I got my place here is a threeplex, and she's got the upstairs unit, and it's muggy. We got AC, but it's muggy, and I sweat in the winter.
How that is, man. I have hot rain. Rain going on right now. But so my question is, so September is going to be a big month for custodian plays. Could you kind of probably give us an outline of how you're going to approach these custodian plays, and or any advice of how what we should look out for and how we should, properly conduct ourselves when trading them.
Yeah, Rue. Sorry, I brought a speaker up. I kind of cut out, but I think I got the
Okay.
gist of it. About the custos and how to approach it. It's tough. It's tough, everyone, and that's why I said entries are key, and we need to see these custos deliver. But like I said, we still have a lot of time before the September 28th, and I did mention that last time, and now we're seeing it maybe with TD is. Don't bank on it being a for sure. If they're backed up and they know they are, that deadline could get pushed. So that's when you really got to know, which custos you want. I wouldn't fill your portfolio with 7 of them by any means. Pick the ones you like, pick the best share structures, and maybe the ones with the best consultants, and the most active on Twitter. When the further they are, the better. So it's gonna be navigation for sure. I would say keep a select few of custos and then just see which ones are going current, which drop filings first. So I think the key for me is gonna be, there's that kind of 3-week window, I think. So we've seen companies drop filings in a few days, right? That's all they need, 3 or 4 days. And normally, you could see OTC spit back a yield sign within, 3 to 5 days. And then, current, at a week or two. So that's kind of depending on how the OTC is showing us how quickly they can move through these. That's when it will become, a bit more apparent. But also, guys, you're going to see September 28th. If your companies have dropped filings, but they're not current, don't just sell off your tickers, because people are going to hold them, and then they may go current a week after the deadline. So once that company goes delisted, and we're still all kind of figuring out what the exact, stipulations and rules are, because apparently some brokers, some things might still be able to buy these. And we're going to figure that out as well. If you have to call them in, depending on, like, RBC for me, like I said, I buy Cs still, and no one else can. So it's going to be talk with your broker, ensure all these details before you make, impulse decisions. But definitely something Rue will be touching on every week. I think as each week we'll get a bit more information, and we'll have a bit more to go by. So thanks, Rue. Great question, man. I'm sure a lot of people are wondering that as well.
Nice, thanks. Good stuff, bro.
Thanks, sir. Tyler, man. Yeah, you rock and roll.
What's up, bro? Am I able to be heard?
Yeah, we got you.
Okay, I just want to make sure since I'm driving. So
Of course.
I've been seeing with the OTC market, or at least the people within it, no one's really looking at the commodity sector really versus they're looking at oil now, especially with AUNXF and the Guy 87's DD recently on all his oil plays. So I see companies like 88 Energy is a great opportunity for a long-term perspective hold, correct? And there's other opportunities I see in the same state of Alaska, even that are looking great as well. And it's just a matter of having eyes on. So I've taken the lesson from Rick Rule very seriously. You don't see the mass move until the end 10% of the game. Is that how we should be looking at commodity OTC companies that have proven resources and everything along that general theme? Sorry, I'm like spitballing.
No, it's all good, man. All good. I spitball every Wednesday. I got a few notes, but no, I got you. So your question's amazing, because we actually talked about that today with me and a few other traders. Is you see that a lot where it's the kind of the term, most will wait till it's right in front of them, and then they'll end up chasing, right? A lot of people don't like to look at the revs, look at the company, the actual business model. And it goes an example of, there's another ticker, UCPA, that's got revenues 40 mil, that's kind of hard to break even, a penny and a half and such. We were talking that the OTC Twitter loves a story. They love hype. They love to, a merger, an acquisition, the next hottest thing. And that's why some of these scammier companies and others can throw out NFTs or this and that, the next hottest thing, and people will jump at it. But whether it's an investment, this isn't big board, but hopefully it gets back to, get some of those tendencies where you look at quarter over quarter revenues, you look at growth, you look at business models where you can look at a commodity and say, okay, well, this is up and coming. And a lot of people don't look at the aspect of that with the actual world that we live in and see those things before they happen. So we tend to, in that last 10% when they're going to hit that oil, go to chase it. And, I was guilty of that with ENF. I bought in the day before they were supposed to have the oil lottery, and that didn't happen, right? So buying companies, especially with your risk tolerance, is buying into companies early that have commodities, that have set business plans. I think is something that we will see a bit more with these new guidelines as well with companies, because most won't be able to buy on the lead up. They're going to have to, invest in, do some research in DD on current companies with actual revenue models. A big thing's going to be everyone has to learn how to read through filings. Go in there, check out financials is going to be a bigger thing. Looking through, debt, notes convertible, growth, contacting companies. So I think you're right on point with where your views are on that, for sure.
Okay, and then so I had one other question regarding, it's a little bit different of a question that I've heard. I haven't gotten like the best of answer from my readings. So the company that I am specifically looking at, it's an oil play. It's a northern company of 88 actually, and has really good just a really good future because of what they've proven up to with their resources. So it's actually listed on, what is it, the London Exchange. So it has the London ticker and then the OTC ticker. How do those share structures work? So it has a little over like $1 billion OS, but obviously not all those shares are on OTC and not all of them are on the London Exchange. Do you know how that works really?
Yeah. So, Doll, were you seeing an echo as well? Was anyone else getting that?
Was I
That's just
seeing
me.
the echo? No.
Or were you hearing the echo? Sorry, when he was
It
talking.
might have been.
No.
I just got home, so it might have been my
All
place.
good. So so that's what's going on with same thing with AU and XF and EENF, with they're on the Australian as well. It's separate trading, right? So nothing, they kind of follow suit sometimes, but they're separate entities, separate exchanges. And I'm not overly familiar, but I definitely know that there's AXP, I believe the ticker is, for Australians for AU and XF.
Yes.
And we have the other one. So there are separate entities traded separately, separate share structures. I believe nothing really ties together. Just more exposure on separate markets is from what I understand. So that's about all I can really speak on that too much. But definitely hit my inbox up, and I do have a couple guys in a private chat, one from Australia as well, and we can bounce that stuff around a bit more, man.
I'll hit you with the DD on that company. Hopefully you enjoy it.
Thanks. Yeah, and the other ones you're looking at too. Perfect.
Hey, Matt, see if you could, when you're finished talking to one of them, just drop them down so we won't get crowded up here.
Oh yeah, how do I do that?
Because my co-host dropped off as soon as I got out.
Oh, remove from speakers. Damn, I'm getting good at this.
There you go. Hey, PB, how you doing, PB?
Hey guys, today I don't really have a question, but I just want to give a shout out to the OTC Club and Matt. You guys' guidance has really helped, and Matt's tweets and everything, and just these spaces. To anybody out there, I really recommend coming into here. They really help you a lot as a beginner to learn and to become a successful trader. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, PB.
You're the man, PB,
Yeah.
and
Thank you.
for your age, for your maturity, for your courage, hitting my DM up. I love it. I love chatting with you. I love helping you out.
Thanks, man. Your guidance has really helped me.
Yeah, for sure, man. Thank you. Hopefully that football practice you're crushing it too. What position you play?
Wide receiver and defensive end.
That's right. Wide
Ooh,
receiver.
You must wide receiver, defensive end. So that's got speed, and you got to be able to tackle
Yeah.
some running backs
Oh
coming
yeah,
out
I
of that
love it.
backfield. Good for you, man.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Nice. Thanks a lot for the shout out. Keep
Peace.
it crushing
All
it.
right. My favorite listener. Go ahead and bring somebody else up, Matt. Or does anybody else have any
Bringing Jim up
questions?
now. Yeah, I got Jim coming up now.
Okay. Yo, Jim.
What's up, Jim? Go
Hey
ahead, man.
guys, how are you?
I'm great.
Can you hear me okay?
Very well, thank you. Yeah, we
Perfect.
Good.
got
So,
you.
hey, just a quick comment related to the TD Ameritrade things. I'm not sure if everybody saw on their latest Twitter feed, they actually have put out a tweet saying, "We are continuing to evaluate the situation, but can confirm at this time a business decision has been made to extend the date for implementation of restrictions to late August, early September." And then it said, "We got the update a little bit ago. I hope that helps." So,
Thank you for putting that out there. I'm glad you shared that. Um, just baffles me a bit that did someone go get their wrist slapped and then they
That's what
say,
I'm
okay, we'll give
saying.
them 2 more weeks, or because I'm sure they got bombarded with
That's
complaints,
ridiculous.
and then what? And then you're just gonna push it 2 weeks?
That's
like,
ridiculous.
uh,
That's bad business practice
yeah,
right
it's
there.
it's just it truly is. So hope and I feel for
Disgusting.
the traders that had to deal with that. You're people trying to move brokerages, so you're trying to pull funds. It's just for me, it's bad business. So thank you for sharing that, and guys, we'll keep you posted on that. I'm sure. Keep an eye on Twitter. Obviously,
Yeah.
we'll
And also,
come back to it every
yeah, and
week.
also contact TD. If Twitter is not really a good source, but go ahead directly to the source and contact TD. Get somebody on the phone. I always recommend that.
100%. Thanks,
thank
Jim.
you guys. Appreciate you.
I got no worries. I got no more requests on my end. If anyone's got, I think I had a couple DMs, but I'm not going to go through those yet. I'll answer those privately.
Well, I don't have any. Matt, do you have any? Anybody have any questions?
No, quiet day. Perfect then. Because I was going to try to cut it short a bit today, but beyond that, guys, like I said, keep the tickers narrow, keep the share structures low, OSs, because we're seeing it more and more with or ensure that they're going to drop the share structures unless you're playing from really low entries. But hold on, I'm just reading something here. Yeah, it's gonna be a fun month and a half, guys. So, and then we're into the hotter period, where things pick up. So, lots of money to be made. And I saw someone else talk about it before. Reach out to a lot of other traders, guys. Um, even the word today was like humbleness, confidence, stuff like that. You want to build alliances. You want to build, teams, because it's very difficult, and it's not like we're, teaming up and running play. It's some people can chart, some people do this, some people to DD it deep in a company takes many people hours of research, going back on things, and that's how you find these gems that others aren't playing. And that's why I believe PJet's going to have something big to break to us, but because it sat idle for months, right? After going current, we all expected this big break, but you don't just give up on things if you know it's there. You just got to DD it. So keep reaching out to other traders, guys. Everyone's so nice. Big names, small names, you name it. It's fun. It's a community. Have some fun out there. Throw some GIFs around. I'm going to bring Max up.
Hey, Matt. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you, Max. There
There
you
he
go.
is.
Okay.
What's up?
All right, cool. Well, first, I was just
We got you.
going to give us good information. But if you got time, want to just share a little bit about selling on the ask, how you actually do that and how you keep up with what the price is currently and stuff.
Yeah, great point. So that's a good topic. I don't know if we've touched on it too much, a little bit privately and maybe last time, but so the big thing, guys, with these runs and people asking, and I love, I get a lot of inbox messages asking people because they want to say, okay, I don't want to screw up the run. How do I sell properly? And what size? So it all depends on each ticker separately. So the first thing you're going to look at is the OS, like how big is the float, what's being traded, and then what you can see is on the bid ask, you can see if it's tight. If you're talking bigger shares, lots of shares, there's millions on there. It could be at 0033, and then the bid is then the ask on 0034, right? And there's millions. If you're holding hundreds of thousands, you could sell in 500K blocks easily. So there's no set number, but you want to just kind of keep it in line with what the bid and ask is. So if the ask is, say, you're at 0.005 and the ask is currently showing 250,000 shares on it, you're not going to want to go toss up anything more than that. You're not going to want to toss up $1 million wall or a million share wall. Essentially, if you're holding 500,000 shares and there's a 250,000 share ask on there, you'll probably want to sell in like 50K blocks, because that's going to, one, allow you to possibly make more money on the way up, and two, you throw your whole stack on there and now there's 750,000. That thing might go backwards, right? People don't buy through it. Now they're selling into the bid, and so basically, yeah, just try to move that up there, and it could be a thin share structure. If it's a thin share structure, when you get up to like more amounts, like MJWL has maybe 5,000, 10,000, 15,000 shares in the block. I'm holding 9 million. I'm selling maybe 25K blocks usually, when I do sell on the way up, and I don't sell anything into the bid on MJWL, as it's a long hold. And then also, like I said too, if it's a massive share structure, if there's 5 million on the bid and you're holding $1 million, you don't have to put it on the ask. We don't want to see bid dumpers all the time, but if something's going backwards and you want to get out of your shares, especially smaller traders, don't sit there and watch it bleed out because you're not selling into the ask. You gotta look out for yourself sometimes, but try to time it and try to do that. But great question, Max. It's just kind of as per each ticker, everything's a little bit different, and just keep it, with common sense with what's on the bid ask already. And you don't have to put it right on the same ask. You can make your own one up. You can put it a bit higher. You can put it a bit lower. I tend to, especially at opens, if there's going to be like a gap and pop, I'll set like 4 sells. So say if it's at 1 cent and it's looking like it's opening at 0.011, I'll start setting them a bit above that. So hopefully if it's going to run up, then that pop and run, it'll run through yours. So you'll sell all yours, and then normally you're going to see that retrace afterwards. So then you end up being able to sell in a nice run, and then sometimes and then it'll come back down, and then I'll just reload the dip or retrace. So it's all watching and all kind of by feel for me. Great question, Max. Always a pleasure. Anything else, guys? Sorry, bit shorter one today. I love you all.
No,
Still
it's
the same.
just one of those days. I have some sick people in here, so if anybody has any more questions, go ahead and request.
And I see a lot of good names again. Thanks for all the support, everybody. And what do we got here? Thanks for the support, guys. I love it. Let's keep crushing this. I think it's only getting bigger. Market looked like it had $1.8 billion traded today. 350,000 trades today, and $2.1 billion traded today. 25 billion shares traded and over 400,000 trades. So, and that's on 12,800 securities. So OTC is not going anywhere, guys. We've been floating around this 2 billion mark. We actually touched up above 3 billion at one time. So it's the summer. So I think you're going to see like $4 billion days. coming in the fall, which is going to be a lot of liquidity and going to a lot of pink current and select stocks. So you're going to see a lot of big stocks start to move. And I'll be my approach, guys, which people know was a very high risk for reward. I like to just buy plays that no one else is looking at. And then eventually, they start to make moves. Either I've got something from the company saying they're going to do it, or that they're drop their first filing and are a bit slow. So get in before everyone else does sometimes, and try not to chase. Like I said, look for entries. I'm doing a lot more buy-ins and sells while looking at charts, and I get a lot of help from others. And that's where I don't need to have any pride to say I know it all. I'm getting a bit more precise with my buys and my sells now, and where I enter. So I think that's very key. So there's a lot of good chart traders out there. Make friends with some chart traders if you don't know them, or if you don't know charts, and that will help you a lot with seeing when retraces are going to happen, how far back they're going to come back. And then when you're buying is where's the bottom. So super key. I got a request here. I'll let them up.
Hey, how you doing, VV?
I'm doing good. What are your thoughts on the Alpha Ridge Capital custodianship place? Because I've been heavily invested in some of those, and I just wonder what do you guys think about Alpha Ridge Capital? Those plays in general, are they trustworthy? Is there's kind of shady sometimes? Have you seen any problems, any red flags that you guys can tell me?
Yeah, so Alpha Ridge is Frank. So I trust him. Like I said too with the custos, there's been no custos really come through, right? SSM and others. Right now we need one or two. We need somebody to come through with something, merger and so forth. And that's why they're so tricky to trade, right? Not buying in too high on entries while you're waiting, even if they're current and waiting. Like there's some great plays out there. KRFG, CADX, there's JPEGs at a pop today. I played CivX before. There's FBCD I played back in the day. All of these did their thing, but we're just waiting on something to come through. So that's why they're very tricky, and that's why I say entries and charts are key on these. But no red flags by me. No OCLG is an alpha. Nothing that I see. So I'm you see Frank and them on bigger plays that are already making moves.
Yeah,
right now.
Yeah, that sounds good. The one that I'm really looking at, and I'm getting in little by little, is CIVX. Like the market cap on that is ridiculously low.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at all these mergers that are about to go pink current, and they're all like 5 million, 6 million, 7 million, and I'm like, wait. I mean that's I see them all getting there, and this one's it's at 600K right now, 600 something.
Yeah,
and I'm thinking that's a
CIVX has a really good share structure and a pretty good setup. I like CIVX because of that. I mean, there's nothing else you can go off of it. We don't know the merger, we don't know anything else, but so far as the setup is concerned, CIVX has a really good setup. And I agree with you. It just had a bounce today. I think it was 21%. I was watching it, and it crossed over, and it looks like it may continue tomorrow. But I was watching CIVX today. It's on my alerts is set. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like people are day trading it. That's what I'm saying. Because somebody must have seen that 20%. Like, ooh, I gotta get out.
I was one of those people day trading it, but
well, it's the people still holding it, because I played this from start of June.
Yeah, me too. And
I loved it. I loaded it to the tits because it was like that share structure, like you said, is phenomenal.
Yeah, I love it.
And that was one of the first that they actually took on, right? So you just have to wonder, like, what's next? Like, when is it coming? That's one thing. So I exited my position a while ago at the top with a profit when it started to retrace. But it's down here. It's definitely gorgeous. So
the last
we just don't know anything about it.
The last thing I remember reading about is that they were going through some novos, or is it nobos or nobus? I don't remember the term.
Tomato, nobu.
Yeah, but they were going through a list of that of third party that were holding some stocks, right? Like banks and other brokerages. And I don't know. I mean, they haven't really given us an update on what's going on with that. But I'm also seeing that when you look at the share details in the OTC markets, the last update was on 2006. So I don't know if the share is the same, if there's going to be any changes, if it's going to increase when they update it. Like, it's something that gets me a little bit,
Well, that's the
it's
OTC.
in the back of my head.
Yeah, that's the OTC period. I mean, we're just, what I do is I just trade the chart. I'm just looking at how's it moving. Or like if you want to hold it, if I'm holding something, I'll have a core position and I'll trade around it. So, I don't look at my trades as like a whole clump. I look at it as pieces. So if my core position is 1 million shares or 10 million shares, I'll slap 200,000 here and there just to make some profit. And when it, sell the green, buy the red. So when it hits red and I sold the extra shares, I can slap the bottom and accumulate more shares. So, you just trade it. You know what I'm saying?
Also, but and I remember this one now because me and BMO were on it. It's $1 billion. So if you go into the recent filing, 2007, it's right at $1 billion.
What, CIVX?
So, yeah. So 2007 balanced common shares, $1 billion.
Where did you see that?
Go into the quarterly report 2007 and scroll down.
On the OTC markets, right?
Correct.
Okay,
yeah.
let me see.
Page 4. And this is where going through filings is super key, guys. So that would have been after that. They haven't updated it yet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go.
Yeah, so see how it's got amount, common shares. Yeah, so that's where it's sitting at now. Still a good share structure.
Yeah, it's still not crazy.
This one now.
Yeah, it's still not crazy.
No, but definitely, it's deceiving. So
yeah,
and that's why you kind of had to sell off. But again, with these custos guys, you don't know what's coming, when it's coming. So that's where Dull, like you nailed it. You got to trade the chart until something happens. Then you load up when you get some news.
Yeah, one thing that I've been learning is not to get married with any of these stocks, with any of these tickers, because I've gotten married with some of those that I've really done some due diligence on these companies, and I'm like, well, this all checks out. It's great. It has a lot of future, but when you start getting married with some of this, like what is it? WMG Magic Wheels, for example, right?
MJWL.
Yeah, MJWL. It's a great company, and I love it. I love it, but at the same time, I stood there too long. I should have gotten out, and I didn't because I was like, oh, it's good. I have a lot of confidence in this company. And you can't be doing that. You have to get out when you have profits. So now I took like a 50% loss, because I was being stupid.
I mean, you live in you learn.
Yeah, no, and that's what we see. You got to take your profits on big runs. So especially when it runs, 0.006 to 25 cents, you have to take profits off the table at some point there. Unless like I said, I've traded that one all the way up. I took some profits at the peak. I gained more shares. But like I said, I'm holding long, but phenomenal company, long hold for me, but definitely, and especially smaller traders as well. If you're seeing 5,000% gains from my call or from anyone's calls, you got to take profits for sure.
Yeah,
that's how you build it, and then you reload on lower entries for better return on investments.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and that goes back to, like I said, just trading around a core position, because you're selling the green, and you're holding on to a core position, and you're taking profits, and you're riding on free shares. So you're doing things that can help you along the way versus hurt you along the way.
Yeah. Well, see, like my next thought now is on some of these like JPEGs, for example. I know that JPEGs could easily go 5x with the merger, with the merger and everything. And I'm not gonna wait till for the 5x. As soon as I hit 100, I'm just gonna take half of it and put it into a ticker that has an upcoming merger, and just put it there. And then I'm just gonna keep doing that. That's my way of thinking, looking at it. And then whatever I get after that, yeah, I'll take like half of that half, and then I'll leave that writing if the company's if I deem the company being worth it. But never never put all your eggs in one basket.
No, don't do that unless you're crazy like me. Yeah, no, but thanks, man. Thanks for your question.
All right.
Yeah, guys, contact companies coming up too. Remember, I said that contact the companies, because that's going to help you. When you contact your brokerage, contact the companies, find out who's and what they're doing if they're going current, because that's going to save you money from when you sell, and then they do go current when you're locked out. So it's going to be big coming up, guys. Yeah, we'll cut it off here, guys. Make sure you follow the panel. This OTC club's crushing it lately. We got Rue this Friday again with Crypto Talk. Be sure to tune in with that. And then we have Spaces this Sunday, I believe. I'll let the girls touch on that.
Yeah, we have
Yeah.
David Gokhshtein, the CEO of PackCoin, on Sunday, so you guys don't want to miss that either.
Right.
Not at all.
Definitely. Thanks again for all the support, guys. I'm going to go get me some dinner.
All right.
So I
Thank you,
appreciate it.
Matt.
And
Enjoy your meal.
Love you all.
Alrighty,
All right,
everybody,
y'all.
go
Y'all
ahead
have
and
a good one.
follow the OTC Club in your
Thanks,
panel,
guys, for
and we will
checking in.
see you Friday.